Welcome back, my beautiful friends. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. I'm your host, Zen Sams. Up next in our influencer segment, brought to you by Revere Securities, we are featuring a best-selling author, a coach, a speaker, and branding expert, Heidi Cortez. After many successful years of branding herself online and becoming one of the world's first influencers on MySpace, Heidi took to her expertise and made Instagram her next venture. And in 2010, she launched youneedig.com. Then in 2020, when COVID-19 hit and most businesses were forced to shut down, Heidi and her team thought of another new way that they could help out and give back. The $3 marketing club was the answer they came up with. In 2022, bringing us all the way full circle to today, Heidi's popularity to help others with their brands has grown beyond what she could have personally ever handled. So she wrote her fourth book, Get Verified and Profit Like a Boss. Today, we're chatting about the importance of brandability, the power of the blue check, and insider tips on how to get verified on social media. Now, branding is not a specific set of activities, but rather a strategic perspective used to align customer interests and communicate values. Branding encompasses more than just visuals. It's essential for achieving and maintaining a competitive advantage, a process of establishing a company's brands in the minds of consumers. Branding never remains constant. Actually, it evolves in response to environmental, trends, cultural, technological, and societal changes. By definition, every business has or should have a distinct brand, a signature bearing label. Remember, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently. That's quote unquote directly from Warren Buffett's mouth. Now, let's discuss branding and why it is so vital today. Welcoming now to the show is the amazing and rather beautiful Heidi Cortez. Welcome to the show, Stunner.
Well, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for that amazing intro.
Oh, you got it, sister. So let's dive right into it. What is the significance of branding and why is the blue check mark, Heidi, to get verified so very important? I mean, your brand is a gateway to your true work. And so that's a quote from Dave Buck himself. What are your thoughts?
Well, obviously, everybody wants the blue check mark. It shows a lot of credibility behind your name, behind your brand, and it creates more trust for your audience. Your audience is going to trust you, which means you're going to make a lot more money. And I have people come to me on a regular basis. Everybody wants to get the check mark, but there's work that someone needs to put into it. Being verified is something at this point, other than on Twitter, that you need to earn. Not just anyone can be verified. So there's no magic button that you just push. There is work to be put into this process. So I just believe that being verified on social media is just so important for someone that has any kind of brand, a business, someone that's in the entertainment business. It also will slow down your fake profiles. People have a lot of fake profiles, whether they're trying to scam somebody else. So, being verified, I feel like is the answer. And I think that everyone should try to work their way towards having that.
Yeah, it's the rite of passage to trust. Now, brands will undoubtedly lose the business game if they fail to manage their brands in a way that is not only here to stay, but also makes a difference, given how rapidly things change and the number of unforeseen events or black swans, so to speak, that the entire world has experienced. Trust is extremely important. So, a brand should reflect what you can do. You have to deliver faultlessly and for all the time, right? You can't wager on your promises, but whatever your brand does promise, it's better to make your offering sound witty and innovative than pretend you're more than you are. So get the brand right from the start is what I say. Being honest with yourself and about what it is you're truly offering, that's also important. How do we go about creating a strong, authentic brand, Heidi? What is your opinion?
Well, the most important part is to be yourself and to be honest, like we just said, and to really investigate your competitors, because you want to know what your competitors are doing so you can actually learn from them and even be better than your competitors. So I feel that building a brand from scratch, you start your social media, you just check out all your competition and make sure that you're on the right track so people will trust you more, and you'll build that confidence with your audience.
Yeah, because individuals, without a doubt, make purchasing decisions and seek
Mhm.
out services based on how they feel, emotions, right? So,
Yeah.
construct or modify your brand based on this, and your brand should have a distinct and trustworthy personality. You
Yeah.
definitely want to evoke emotion in your consumer. So, we've entered a new reality in which metaverse, virtual reality, brandification, sustainable branding, socially responsible branding. I could go on and on. Humanized brand personality.
Mhm.
These are among the emerging trends. These brands and companies, and I think even individuals, have to adapt by choosing what is best for not just us, for our brands and our consumer, but social media verification, Heidi, is more accessible now than
Mhm.
before, and it could work wonders for your business or
Yeah.
your brand. And although celebrities were the first to be social media verified, it's now much more common. So today we see businesses, bloggers, political figures, governments verified,
Mhm.
which brings them a certain level of respect and several benefits. How important is trust to consumers? And do you have any tips that you can offer businesses to go about that verification process?
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, everywhere but Twitter, it's something that you have to earn. So the reason with Twitter charging $8, and Elon Musk even said that he has to recoup his money somehow, and that just shows that by people paying $8 a month to be able to be verified, he knows he's going to recoup a lot of his money because everybody wants it. It really is so important to build this credibility and to be, quote unquote, better or stand out from your competition. So my advice to somebody, and my tips and recommendation, is to really start your brand with picking something that you're good at, and something that you have a hobby and a passion for. So if you're trying to fake it and fake it till you make it, it's not going to work because people are going to be able to see right through you. So these bloggers or influencers, models, whatever your public figure status is, all of these people are usually all being themselves because people can see through phonies. We see it all the time. We're not blind to phony commercials or phony personalities. So being yourself is very important. And if you do want to grow your brand or change it, update it over the years, that's okay too. I've come a long ways in 20 years myself. Things have always grown, and you change over time. So it's okay to change your brand. Just because you pick one thing at this exact moment doesn't mean you have to stick with it forever, but you can grow. So my tip to anybody that wants to get verified is to, like I said earlier, check out your competition, but also get press. Press is the most important part of being verified. And I have a lot of people that will come to me on a daily basis, say, Heidi, I have 10,000 followers. I deserve to be verified. And then I Google them and I'm like, no, you don't, because you have to earn this status. It doesn't matter about how many followers you have. It doesn't matter who you know, what your expertise is. It's all about, are you a public figure? Is somebody going to pretend to be you and scam somebody else? Because ultimately, the blue check mark does let people know you are the official, you are the original, and it's going to stop the process of people trying to scam other people because they know they're not the real celebrity or public figure.
Yeah, it keeps the bad actors out,
Yeah.
but you're right, being social media verified gives you instant authenticity. So if a
Mhm.
platform deems you authentic, other users will view you the same way, and this also leads to accumulating social proof. So social
Mhm.
proof is the idea that if others are approving or taking part in something, it must be right. It's based on the idea that there's safety in numbers. So have you ever
Mhm.
looked up reviews for a restaurant before going there for the first
Yeah.
time? Of course. You were searching for social proof. So the same can be applied to social media verification. When
Mhm.
you search for a celebrity on Instagram, you likely scan his or her page for the blue check mark to make sure the account is legitimate. And that platform approval is what signals us to be able to trust. So you are right. Now, it didn't take long, like you mentioned, great point, for Elon Musk to weaponize his
Mhm.
shiny new $44 billion toy, Twitter. So he's made a few changes and promised many more. But for now, the most controversial Twitter update is that he wants to just charge $8 flat
Mhm.
out, and that will automatically get you verified. Now, this has hit some bittersweet notes in the community. People have worked very hard to get verified in the past, and now Elon is just charging money and going to give it away. What do you say to this?
Well, I see why he's doing it, because it's the most desired action that somebody wants on social media. So I see why he's doing it. I see why he wants to recoup his money. And his tweet specifically said, "Power to the people, $8 to get verified." So if he can make money this way, it's a privately owned business now. He can do what he wants to do. Of course, there are a lot of public figures that are upset about this. I think ultimately, maybe down the line, he might do some kind of, maybe there's a check mark, a blue check mark, but with the actual public figure, maybe there's something else next to it, like maybe a pink circle or something.
Yes.
So, people can tell the difference between the original, because he's okay with people having a parody account or parody account of him or somebody else, as long as you announce that it's just a joke. So we'll see where it goes. But I do think that he can do whatever he wants. And, if he wants to charge people $8, I know that I will pay $8 to keep my blue check mark, because check mark
matters.
Yeah, it does. And something we didn't mention over earlier is that a blue check mark has a different algorithm. So it's not just, I have a blue check mark by my name. I'm actually going to be seen a lot more by having that blue check mark. So my algorithm is going to be favored, and I'm going to make more money.
I love it. We are out of time. You've said everything right on, spot on. Thank you so much for coming on. You're so inspirational and insightful, and you are stunning. For those of you that are just listening right now, you definitely have to check her out tomorrow directly on here TV, on our OTT platform. She is quite the beauty. Heidi, you are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, definitely check out Heidi Cortez directly on her website, HeidiCortez.com. That was our influencer segment brought to you by Revere Securities. You're listening to A Moment of Zen right here on 710 WOR, the voice of New York, iHeartRadio. We'll be right back after this.
A Moment of Zen is brought to you by Revere Securities. Revere is committed to building a relationship of trust in which they work closely with you to help you define your objectives, explore alternatives, and choose the financial and investment strategies that are most appropriate for you. Go to reveresecurities.com.